Journey with Rush. Hey everyone, welcome back to Journey with Rush. Today, we're taking you on a beautiful day trip to one of the most scenic spots in northern Italy, the charming city of Como. Sit back, relax, and join us on this cultural escape filled with nature, art, and lakeside magic. My journey started around 10 a.m. from Bresso, near Parco Nord, a peaceful green space just outside Milan. I took the bus number 52, heading towards Greco Pirelli station. It's a regular morning, people going to work, students with backpacks, and me, ready for an adventure. From Greco Pirelli, we hopped on the train to Como. It's about a 1-hour ride, and I'm not alone. I'm with my wife Shali. We're chatting, laughing, and watching the amazing scenery flash past our window. Mountains, villages, lakes, and green hills. Truly, northern Italy knows how to impress. As our train pulls out of Greco Pirelli station in Milan, we're starting a beautiful ride north toward Lake Como. This route takes us through the scenic Lombardy region of Italy, an area known for its lush countryside, charming towns, and a backdrop of the stunning Alps in the distance. The journey takes about 40 to 60 minutes depending on the train service. Most of the route is on the Trenord regional trains, which are reliable and well-connected. You'll see the urban outskirts of Milan slowly give way to more open landscapes, fields, and small villages. Along the way, we pass through towns like Seregno, Monza, or Cantu, depending on the route. Each stop reflects a slice of everyday Italian life. Quiet stations, historic buildings, and a rhythm that feels slower and more peaceful than Milan's busy pace. If you're lucky with the weather, you might even catch a glimpse of the Alps in the distance as you get closer to Como. And once we arrive at Como San Giovanni station, the real magic begins, because the lake, with its postcard-perfect views, is just a short walk away. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. This journey is just a taste of the beauty that awaits in Como. We arrived at Como San Giovanni station. As we stepped out, we were greeted by fresh mountain air and a beautiful stairway view leading down into the city through a lush garden. There's this artistic touch everywhere. We even saw 2 handcrafted sculptures at the garden entrance. Locals told us they represent balance and connection, something Como's culture is deeply rooted in. After arriving at Como station on the Trenord train, I step off onto the platform and start heading down the stairs. The station has that classic Italian charm, simple, clean, and easy to navigate. As I make my way through the underpass, I follow the signs that lead me toward the main exit. It's a smooth walk, and everything is clearly marked. As I reach the main concourse, I notice a few key things inside the station. There's a small ticket office, some automated machines, and a cafe where travelers grab coffee or snacks. The waiting area has benches, a timetable screen, and large windows that let in soft daylight. Everything is signposted in both Italian and English, making it easy to navigate. I pass a few travelers with luggage and some locals waiting for their train. It's a relaxed atmosphere. Once I reach the exit, I step out into the crisp air of Como, ready to explore this stunning lakeside town. As we made our way down into the city, we wandered through charming alleyways, cobblestone streets, and historic buildings with colorful facades. Como feels like a perfect mix of history and modern life. People here are friendly, and you can feel the rhythm of a relaxed lakeside town. Street musicians, gelato stands, and tiny boutiques. Every corner of Como has a story to tell. Just outside the Como San Giovanni railway station, as you descend the stairs toward the city, you'll encounter a notable sculpture known as Monumento alle Mani, the Hands Monument. This artwork is situated in a landscaped park area along Viale Toccamachi, offering a serene environment with trees and flowers. The monument is accompanied by an informative plaque provided by the National Union of the Mutilated for Service, UNMS, which explains its significance. The surrounding garden area, complete with a nearby fountain, enhances its appeal, making it a pleasant spot for reflection and photography. Many visitors find it to be a welcoming sight upon arriving in Como, offering a moment of contemplation before exploring the city. Walking deeper into Como town feels like stepping into a postcard. The buildings here have this classic Italian charm: faded yellows, soft pinks, green shutters, and flower boxes hanging from the windows. You hear the sound of footsteps echoing in the narrow streets and the occasional Vespa zipping past. I wandered into Piazza San Fedele, and it instantly became one of my favorite spots. It's not big or flashy, but that's what makes it special. The square is surrounded by medieval buildings with wooden balconies, and the church in the middle, San Fedele, dates back to the 12th century. You can actually feel the history just standing there. I wandered into Piazza San Fedele, and it instantly became one of my favorite spots. It's not big or flashy, but that's what makes it special. The square is surrounded by medieval buildings with wooden balconies, and the church in the middle, San Fedele, dates back to the 12th century. You can actually feel the history just standing there. Right around the square are little restaurants, gelato shops, and even a few street musicians playing violins or accordions. It's a beautiful blend of elegance and everyday life. I could have stayed here for hours. Beyond its beauty, Como is a place of culture. You'll find Romanesque churches, local art galleries, and centuries-old architecture. We passed by the Cathedral of Como, known as Duomo di Como, an architectural gem that took nearly 400 years to complete. The atmosphere here is so peaceful, ideal for a relaxing escape from city life. It's not just a destination, it's a feeling. As we pass through what locals call the Nuovo Duomo di Como area, the town just kind of opened up. It's small, but so full of life. The streets aren't wide or busy, but there's this steady rhythm to everything. You hear snippets of conversation in Italian, German, even English. It really feels like the world is meeting in this tiny lakeside town. And then, of course, we stumbled upon a gelato shop. Not just any gelato shop, though. This one was called L'Ariana, right in front of the lake. And let me tell you, the line was long. Not the annoying kind of long, but the kind that makes you go, okay, this must be good. You know that feeling when you see people from all over the world queuing up just to try something? Yeah, that. There were couples, families, solo travelers, all patiently waiting their turn. Some already had their cones and were sitting on the low stone wall by the lake, legs swinging, laughing, taking selfies. Kids were running around with melting scoops, trying not to drop them. Spoiler alert, some did. Classic gelato moments. As we waited, I just took it all in. A gentle breeze kept everything feeling fresh, even with the sun shining down. Went to buy ice cream. I was waiting for her. I went with 2 scoops, coconut and mango, and she got strawberry with mango. I don't know what they put in Italian gelato, but it's just on another level. creamy, rich, and so full of flavor. Then, we reached the star of the show, Lake Como. Calm, blue, and majestic, surrounded by the Alps and elegant villas. We walked along the promenade, soaking in the views and the soft sound of waves. Shali and I talked about how this lake has inspired artists, poets, and travelers for centuries. We spent nearly half an hour there, just sitting, people watching and chatting. There's a peace in Como that's hard to describe. It's not just scenic, it's soulful. Even with tourists around, there's this calm energy that kind of slows you down and helps you breathe a little deeper. After finishing our gelato, we just stayed there a little longer. Shali started pointing out different spots. It felt like the whole world had slowed down for a bit. Across the lake boat rides you can take. Some go across to Bellagio, some just circle around Como. It sounded amazing. I could already imagine being out there, wind in our hair, seeing the town from the water. Then, of course, it was time for some photos. Shali wanted a few shots by the lake to remember the trip. And honestly, the lighting was perfect. I ended up taking a bunch of pictures, different angles, with the mountains in the background, some close-ups, and even a few candid ones when she wasn't looking. Before leaving, I turned around one last time to look at the lake. It looked different now, as the sun started to dip a little. Softer light, longer shadows, a golden glow on the water. I just stood there quietly, trying to burn it into memory. We passed by little benches where people were sitting with their feet up, chatting or just watching the boats glide by. There were artists sketching the lake, people walking their dogs, even someone playing the guitar near a statue. His music kind of floated on the air, adding this calm background to it all. Honestly, it felt like a postcard scene come to life. The mountains in the background, the sparkle of the lake, and all these smiling strangers around us, sharing this same beautiful moment. It was simple, but special. Just walking, with people, along the lake. And somehow that was enough. The path winds gently around the shoreline, lined with benches, trees, and the occasional statue. People were sitting, chatting, playing with their dogs. There was even a guy painting on a canvas, capturing the exact view we were walking through. As we kept walking along the lake, we eventually reached the funicular station. You know, that little red train that goes up the hill to Brunete. The view from up there is supposed to be amazing. You can see the whole lake, the rooftops of Como, and even the mountains beyond. We thought, yeah, let's go up. Perfect way to end the day. But not today. The line was huge. Seriously, it was like half of Italy decided to take the funicular at the same time. People were queued up all the way down the pavement, some even sitting on the steps, waiting for their turn. Families, couples, tour groups, everyone had the same idea. We waited for a bit, trying to decide if it was worth it. But honestly, we just didn't want to spend the last hour standing in a queue. So, we changed plans, laughed it off. That's how travel goes sometimes. You don't always tick every box, and that's okay. We figured we'll save the funicular for another time, maybe on a quieter day. Instead, we just kept strolling by the lake, enjoying the view from the ground. And honestly, it was still perfect. On the way back, we passed by the same streets, but now they felt different, more familiar. We saw the same shopkeepers smiling, the same alleyways with flower pots, the same little archways we passed earlier. That's the magic of these towns. Even just a few hours is enough to feel a connection. Before leaving, I turned around one last time to look at the lake. It looked different now, as the sun started to dip a little. Softer light, longer shadows, a golden glow on the water. I just stood there quietly, trying to burn it into memory. So that was our little afternoon in Como. From wandering through the streets to tasting some of the best gelato with a view. If you ever find yourself here, don't rush. But remember to subscribe Journey with Rush. Slow down, grab a scoop, sit by the lake, and let the town speak to you. Here's a bird's eye view of Lake Como. calm, endless, and full of stories. From up here, you really see how the lake stretches like a mirror, reflecting the sky, the boats, and the little ripples of life below. Days like this remind me why I love traveling. It's not just about the views or the places. It's about the quiet moments, the people you're with, and the stories you collect along the way. Thank you so much for coming along with us. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves a peaceful escape to Como too. More adventures are coming soon, so stay tuned and I'll see you in the next episode. Journey with Rush. Thank you for watching.